seems like overkill.
I'm glad you're well, man.
Bro, do I have to sue CNN?
I don't know, do you?
They're making shit up. They keep saying I'm taking horse dewormer. I literally got it from a doctor.
What makes it incredibly more frustrating is that we have the tools to combat COVID-19, and a distinct minority of Americans, supported by a distinct minority of elected officials, are keeping us from turning the corner.
This Organized Chaos podcast is brought to you by JEMS Art Studio. JEMS Art Studio is an online store that allows access to prints that you can use for most anything, obviously as just a picture, or as a wallpaper, or as a bookmark, or anything you can think of. You can find JEMS Art Studio at etsy.com/shop/JEMS Art Studio. This podcast is also brought to you by listeners like you. Thank you. So anyways, now we're getting on to more COVID stuff because Joe Biden has officially done a pseudo-vaccine mandate. He hasn't gone full-fledged, everyone has to get the vaccine. Although I guess all vaccine mandates are kind of the way he does this. If you're a company of over 100 people, he is mandating that you get all of the people under your employ vaccinated, which is going to cover about 80 million Americans. Now, on the face of it, do I love the idea of a vaccine mandate? This early on, I'm not thrilled with it. But that being said, I don't know what else we do in this situation. We literally have a virus that is mutating. And the longer we wait, the faster it mutates. We're already on the fucking Delta variant, and Lambda variant is coming up fast. We don't know how long we have until we can stop this thing. And right now we have a vaccine that is fairly effective. And I see people online saying, oh, well, most of these vaccines have like 10 years. You can't fucking wait 10 years. By the time 10 years comes around, we're going to be like, how much the population is going to be dead from this fucking COVID? Well, right now we have a vaccine that works. And the only way we can really get to work is if everybody takes it. And I've even thought about, we have two options at this point, and I haven't seen anybody propose another way out. Two options. One, we pretty much can fully reopen, but we gotta get everyone fucking vaccinated who can get vaccinated. So if you have like some sort of medical issue, get yourself a doctor's note that you can't get vaccinated. And obviously if you're under 12, you can't get vaccinated. That's fucking it. We gotta get everybody else vaccinated. Or option two, we wait for this thing to fucking mutate until it just wipes out human civilization as we know it. Because that's the path we're on. For all we know, the next variant's gonna just start... if the next variant starts leaking around and killing off our best virologist, what are we gonna do then? We're fucked. This is not really a choice. I mean, you want to talk about how, we have rights. The rule with rights in this country has always been fairly simple. Your rights end when they infringe on someone else's rights. And right now, it's fairly simple. The unvaccinated are infringing on the rights of the vaccinated. Because we're fairly safe from this virus. They're not. So now we have to change how we live to accommodate them when they could just get the vaccine, which has now been fully approved and is about as safe as it's going to get. So, am I pro-mandate? Am I behind Joe Biden on this call? Yeah, I kind of am, simply because I have not seen anyone else come up with another solution to this thing besides getting everyone fucking vaccinated. I think I can't stress the seriousness of this virus, because I'm going to tone it down. Because I'm going to go ahead and go into my personal story. Because COVID went through my family in January. I got better from it. I got sick, got better from it. My mom and my dad were hit fairly hard. After about a week, almost like clockwork, my mom got better and my dad got worse. And he was in the hospital for at least a week. And there was quite a few times where I wasn't sure if he was coming back. Fortunately, the local hospital here in Oxford actually has kind of an amazing record with COVID. As of the time he left, they've had 0 COVID deaths in that hospital. And they said he was the closest they came. I hope he's okay with me talking about this, because this was a terrifying time in my life, and it's about all I could do to keep it together during this time. Now, he's fully vaccinated now. However, here's the part I've told almost nobody. I went on vacation in early August. He wasn't feeling well when I started my vacation. And he ended up having to go to the hospital almost as soon as my vacation started, because he was undergoing renal failure. He was in the hospital for most of my vacation. And here's the deal. It's kidney failure. And if you don't know what renal failure is, kidney, I had to Google it. And it's not a common, but it's not an uncommon side effect for people who have been hit really hard from COVID. And once again, this was something that almost took him out. And this is why I cannot stress how serious we need to take it. Because I see people online talking about how this isn't even a real virus. And this is real, man. This is... If we let it go on long enough, if you don't get hit by it, someone you love is going to get hit by it. And how many people do we have to sacrifice? How many people who are doing the responsible thing and doing everything they can to fight this virus, how many of those people do we have to sacrifice before the other people decide to go ahead and get a vaccine? And here's the thing I want to stress. If we get everybody vaccinated, is there a 100% chance we beat this thing? And sadly, the answer is no. There's never a 100% chance in life. But it's a possible solution. And at this time, it's the only possible solution we have. We have to pursue it. And if someone else has a solution, I am all ears. Give me your ideas. But if you're going to start telling me it takes some dewormer, I'm sorry. If you're going to start telling me this is a fake virus, I'm sorry. This is not a fake virus. It's a real virus. People are dying from it. These are not people who are dedicated to the lie. These are just normal people like you and me. And almost all the deaths from COVID right now are actually preventable if we could just get everybody vaccinated. So, you may not like getting a vaccine. I'll be blunt. I didn't like getting a vaccine, but I got it. And do you want to know why? Because it was the responsible thing to do. It was what we need to do as a country, but also as a planet to move forward from this thing. We need to stop COVID. Either we get vaccinated and we fight COVID, or we let it just overtake us. So, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm 100% behind this COVID mandate. If anything, I'd say it might be too light, because we need to win it. I mean, you might argue it's authoritarian, and I would even argue I hate being authoritarian. I hate it, but you know what? There are times when it has its place. Let's say you have a child, and you have something hot in the oven. You're going to tell them not to touch that oven. Is that authoritarian? Yeah. They have the freedom to touch that and burn themselves. But you tell them not to do it because that's what needs to be done. There's lots of things that you do tell your child. There's lots of things you tell people. There's lots of things you make people do because it's in their own best interest as well as the best interest of the other people around them. So, when it comes to public health, I feel like authoritarianism kind of fits. Like I said, I'm not a fan of it, but we need to beat this thing. We need to do everything we can to beat this thing. This just seems like the only option. If you have another one, let me know. You still there, Bobby?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I gave my little speech. It was not as well.
Oh, you're
I had ideas to put together, and I kind of just bounced around with them. But
good. Sometimes it's just better if you go from the heart.
yeah. You have any thoughts?
No, I couldn't agree with you more. I did I want to get the vaccine? No, not fucking at all. I'm the most stubborn type of a person. I won't go to the doctor unless I feel like there's something wrong, or if like I have something sticking out of my leg that is either bone or metal.
Yeah, I never go to the
Like,
doctor, even when I should.
Yeah. And mostly that's just because of my shit health insurance. That's another topic.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole nother thing for another day. But did I want it? No. Did I get it? Yeah, because like you, it was the responsible thing to do.
Yeah.
Like it's right. And I mean, I work in the food service industry, and it's really important because I think of stuff like, typhoid fever and Typhoid Mary, and how she was infected and making all this food and getting all these other people sick because her hands were touching it. And it's just, there's some people that I work with who have been reluctant to do so, even after the company offered a total of $100 to get vaccinated. Like if you get the 2 dose, you get 50 at the first dose and 50 at the second. If you get the J&J, you just get one and done.
Yeah.
However, though, the time frame that they allotted for it was like it was like for the current time. Mine was back in June. So.
Oh wow! So are they not offering it anymore?
Well, no, they had it for a short period of time when they offered it, and now in Columbus, where I live, they have a mask mandate throughout the whole city, and yeah, that comes with a lot of people complaining and bitching about it. But yeah, I mean, I get it. Do you think I want to stand over a stove and cook meat, like a lot of it every day, with a mask or a garb or a gaiter over my mouth? No, it fucking sucks. And the one guy I work with, he's a fryer. I can't imagine. Like, that must be fucking hell. I let the fan. I'm cool with him blowing fans and everything in there. I get it. I get it. It's fucking hot. That job sucks. But dude, we all don't like it. But there are other people who complain about it, and it's like, it's not that bad. It really isn't that bad. Like, I worked all last summer wearing them, and that god awful heat of 2020. And that was just horrendous.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But yeah, and even now, like, I'll still wear one even going into the store around my home, and it's usually a 20 to 80 mix. Like, you'll see a certain percentage of people wearing them. Like, actually, my fiance and I yesterday, we went down to our courthouse to finally get our marriage license and everything. That was actually a very painless ordeal, shockingly.
Wow. Okay.
Like no, we walked in, they finished with somebody, called us up, and we left with our license.
Nice.
Like, painless. It was more of a pain in the ass to park and to get to the actual floor. I mean, two bits of security. They had me take my belt off at one of them.
Yeah.
But that's another soapbox that I'll just do about Columbus sometime.
Yeah.
But even there, like, everyone was in a mask. Like, they were even stopping people before they even entered. Like, we have them here, go through security. Here you go. You have to wear these. Like, so it's being enforced in government buildings, so that's at least a good thing. But I did see one woman with something that was interesting. It must be a new version of a face shield. It had like brims like a sunglasses, but it went up to about right here, and it was a whole plastic shield that covered the whole face, but had lenses like sunglasses, all plastic, just covered the whole face.
Well, that is one thing that I've wondered about. Because you see a lot of people with the face mask on. I will wear it. I don't know. I don't wear it probably as much as I should, because I know the way things are going, they're probably going to come back, and I just want to enjoy the time without it for a bit.
Yeah, I was never one to wear it while I was driving because usually I was the only one in my car.
Oh yeah, no.
Me and my fiance, so we already lived together. Yeah.
But I would imagine most people currently wearing face masks are probably vaccinated.
Yeah, I think
which
so.
Which is part of the issue. It's the people who are being responsible.
Yeah, and it's also funny because right around the time that the statewide mandate lifted, like the people who you started seeing walking around without them before were probably people who were fully vaxxed. Because I remember hearing on like one of the local radio stations here that morning, that or around that time on their morning show, that somebody was talking about wearing like a little Mylar with a clear package with her Vax card, and the whole reason for it is so people don't think she's a Republican.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, that's as crazy as that sounds. It was kind of still is a reality.
I wear a button now that says fully vaxxed, and I wore it early on, and now I'm wearing it again, just because it's important. Like lots of people are like, you're just signal boosting, and it's like, yes I am. That's the whole point. I want to normalize being fully vaxxed because we need everyone fully vaxxed.
No, absolutely. Like it's kind of redundant at this point. And even around the time when I got it, it was right around the time I was finishing with my broadcasting school, and I was still helping out with their sports team quite a bit. And that required me to go to like different high schools, sit on the field of the football games and film football. So I'm around people. I mean, I still wore my mask, and that was a requirement. Like, even if you're fully vaxxed, you have to wear a mask at all times on the field. And that's cool with me. That's absolutely cool.
The Cincinnati Comic Expo this weekend, that's the big thing. They're like, we're not going to do a vaccine mandate. We're not going to double check anything. We ask you to get vaccinated, but it's 100% required that you wear a face mask. You do not wear your face mask properly, you will be ejected.
So no chin diapers.
Yeah, no. Probably if you're going to get something to eat, they'll allow that, but that's it.
Yeah, but...
Yeah.
I mean, I have a kind of a small hobby that I put on the back burner, but I'll collect like little miniature enamel hat pins. They're usually about yay big. And I have this one of a plague doctor with like a little ribbon banner beneath it that says "Wash your damn hands." I keep that on my camera bag because it's usually the bag that I'll take out in public the most. And, I've had people comment on it. I've had people just, inform me of the hoax.
Yes.
And I just kind of roll my eyes and I just go, well, that is your opinion. Just how one man's profanity is another man's lyric. And I just turn around and just keep taking pictures.
I mean, there's the people who have genuine concerns. If you have a genuine concern, I feel for you. I really do. You do need to take it, but I feel for you. But if you're out there saying it's a hoax, then I'm sorry. I'm at the point where, just shut the fuck up and take it. I don't care if we have to hold you down at this point. Just fucking take it.
I mean, I've often used this argument with some people that I've gotten into this little debate about, and they just say, I just don't trust it. I just don't trust it. I'm like, hey, what's really awesome? And he's like, what? And they'd usually ask, well, what's that? Not having polio.
Yeah. By the way,
why? Do you know how debilitating polio was?
Yeah. We have a polio vaccine mandate. We have a measles vaccine mandate. And honestly, with how bad COVID is, it only makes sense to have a COVID vaccine mandate.
Yeah,
it's natural evolution.
It is. It's common evolution, or as I just say, this is like middle school health class.
Yeah. I mean, you could say, well, we can take a choice on the flu vaccine. Yeah, the flu isn't as bad as these things, though. Some things are fucking bad.
Like, this is just... It's out of hand at this point. Yeah. I mean, I'm behind Biden's mandate with companies. It's a good thing, and especially for the service industry. I mean, this disease has hit the service industry, and I sometimes think it's like unrepairable damage to an extent. There's still like a lot of people, and again, this is just other issues. I don't want to make it sound that I work in the industry and I know the wages are shit, but nobody wants to work at those jobs, And it's because of that is killing it, and people are finding more means of better money doing nothing or in collecting, or other places are offering more. But those places aren't service because those owners really don't like to pay.
Yeah. No,
Again,
that's a
whole nother thing. It's a frustrating cycle. It's a whole frustrating thing.
I'm seeing it where I work too, because a lot of people who are still there are the people who have been there for a while, and because it's a union job, we've accrued some benefits, so we don't want to leave. But that's one of the tricks of that job. Yeah. When you first start out, you don't have union for a little bit. Yeah. So, when you first start out, it's gonna suck balls. It's gonna
everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere does.
Yes.
Even like non-union jobs.
Well, even with the union at this job, it's not great. But you know what? I got probably... I know I have at least 3 weeks vacation. I don't know what's going to be when I hit my anniversary next month. But pretty good amount of vacation. My pay keeps on going up every couple months. I'm doing okay. But if I was just starting out there, fuck. I don't want to work in the public for the starting wage. Are you serious? COVID? Are you... Yeah.
Just, I don't know. And I mean, I know that there'll still be the people protesting in front of the governor's house or the state house downtown. There's one almost every other week now. I just try not to, as much as I hate it, I just don't go downtown to take pictures anymore. I'll just try and get to a park.
Well, all I can say is it seems like we might be turning a corner, but we got to get shots in arms.
No, we do. People got to just get the jab. And I mean, this whole thing is just so frustrating. It should just be the betterment of mankind.
Yes.
And your fellow human beings. It's something as simple as that. I mean, that other countries have gotten on it.
Why? It's tough rush to push out the vaccine if we can't get everybody vaccinated over here. That's part of it too.
Yeah. There's just a lot of people who have their reservations. Now, again, like you said, if there's a medical thing, I completely understand.
Yeah, go get your doctor's note. I get it.
Yeah. And, just please continue to be responsible.
I mean,
if you have been so far.
The easiest one I could think of would be anybody who's had some sort of organ transplant, anti-rejection drugs. They can actually take the vaccine, but the rejection drugs are just going to destroy it, so it doesn't mean anything. So they can't get it. So even if they take it, they can't get it. It's not going to happen.
Because it's essentially a waste dose.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you need everybody else vaccinated to protect people like that.
Yeah,
but
it's very frustrating.
Yeah. Well, I think this was a fun episode. I'm going to say it. X-Men, Slipstream. I think What If Zombies was the high point.
Yeah, that definitely was.
I love that one. But yeah, I don't know. I did really want to share my COVID story, and I'm getting so many people pissed about the mandate. And it's like, dude, I keep on saying this. What's your other choice? What's your other option? Yeah. What you got? If you can't give me something, then shut up.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
I want to go ahead and add some audio credits at the end here. The theme music you're hearing at the beginning and end of this podcast was written and performed by George Johnson, a very good friend of mine. And my current Patreons are Fel Martins, David Lara, and Lindsay Pankhurst. If you'd like to become a patron, go ahead and follow the link down below. Anything you can provide would be incredibly helpful to this channel. We're barely limping by right now. I'd love to make this my full-time job. I'm miles away from that right now. So any help you could provide, just $1 a month would be amazing. You know you want to. All your friends are doing it.